In this video, we're going to be taking an up-close look at the lighting on my Polar Express layout, and we're starting right now. Hi, I'm Owen. In these videos, I'm continuing to build, expand, and improve my Lionel Polar Express layout in O-gauge. Today, we're going to be taking a close look at the lighting on the layout. I have a combination of Lionel lighting and Woodland Scenics just plug lighting system lighting, and we're going to look at it in semi-darkness and get a good close look at all of the things that are lit up. I believe that the more lighting that you do, the better, because lights add interest, they add drama, and they highlight things that you really want people to see on your layout. And we're going to take a look at how I've done that today. We're also going to take a little bit of a look under the table at the wiring so you can see how it's been fastened down, how it's connected, and how it works with the Woodland Scenics system. So let's get started. I've decided to add a spotlight to the layout to illuminate the wolf pack in the woods. To do that, I need to string the wire down under the table to attach it to the just plug lighting system board. So I've got the wire extended above the table, and I've got these paper clips that I've straightened out and use as a hook to fish the wire down through that hole. So we're going to go ahead and do that and see how that turns out. There we go. We've got the wire fished through the hole. Now we'll be able to attach it to the just plug lighting system. The next step is to connect the wires that come down from the light above the table with this little extension cord that I put together for the just plug lighting system. These little connectors can be used to join wires together, and they work really quite easily. It's just a question of sliding the wires in. Make sure you have the positive on the positive side and the ground on the ground side. But once you've got that figured out, it's just a question of sliding them into the fixture, closing the snap. These little snaps push down and open up the space, and once that's done, you're all connected up. There's the positive connected, and there's the negative connected. Now, before I go any further, I'm going to test the circuit to make sure that I've got a good solid connection. When I turned on the power, the light illuminated just fine, so I've got a good solid circuit. Now I'm going to put the wires inside a conduit. This is a wire loom flexible conduit in order to protect them and keep them from breaking or falling apart or otherwise getting damaged. So we start like this, and this little tool here helps to get the wire started. Once it's started, it's just a question of sliding this little tool down and keeping it inside the wire. At the beginning of this video, we installed the wiring under the table for a spotlight to illuminate the wolf pack in the woods. That's the result of that. It's lit up pretty nicely. When we look across the layout, we can see one of the lights that I've placed under a bridge illuminating the water feature. That little blue that you see there is a light mounted under that bridge, and it shines down on the water and reflects back up. I think that looks pretty cool. I put another light under this bridge here, and that also does the same thing. I think that adds to the layout quite a bit. I have this just plug police car from Woodland Scenics that's involved in a police chase, and we'll move on a little bit later. I'll show you the convertible that it's chasing. There's a couple of more just plug vehicles lit up here. The headlights and taillights work on these with the just plug lighting system. I think that adds to the layout as well. On the far side of the layout, I have my North Pole scene with the Christmas tree. Those are battery-powered fairy lights, tiny LED lights that illuminate the Christmas tree, and they cycle through different colors. Again, I think that's a big addition to the layout. In front of this, when we move over just a little bit to the side here, is the waterfall that cascades down off the top of the tunnel. That is illuminated by a light sequencing hub. So the lights, there's 4 nanolights that change color shining up onto the waterfall, so it continually is changing colors as it's illuminated by the nanolights. That little red structure right there in the center, you zoom in a little bit, is the pump house for the water tank, and that is illuminated in the front by a gooseneck outdoor light from the Just Plug system. The convertible, the classy convertible that the police car is chasing on my layout. The street lights all the way around are from Lionel, and they are connected to an auxiliary accessory circuit under the table. The Hero Boy's house, when I first arrived, was just not very attractive. The windows are transparent, so you could see inside and see that there was actually nothing in there. I didn't like that, so I put light diffusing film from Woodland Scenics over the windows, and then I also put another stick-on light on the inside to add to the illumination so it lights up more brightly. Across the street from the Hero Boy's house is the J. Frank IGA store. This is really a cool built-and-ready structure. The windows have sale posters and other signs on them. When you look onto the inside, it's fitted out like an old-time grocery store. In the front are a couple of accessories from Woodland Scenics as well as from Lionel that add to the appearance of the structure and the realism. If we go back across, I've got a few more cars on the street, as you can see, from Woodland Scenic Just Plug lighting system. The panel truck under the canopy of Ethel's Gas and Service Station is from the Lionel Collectors Club of America. It's a Lionville Cola delivery truck. Here's a really cool accessory. It's the Elf Tug of War. When I got this, I was kind of disappointed that Lionel hadn't bothered to put a light with it. So I put a Just Plug floodlight in front of it that shines down from this light pole tower here that illuminates it, and I think that adds quite a bit to the appearance of the layout. Going around behind the J. Frank IGA store, you can see that the loading dock area is also lit up, and that is really a nice touch. I've added a few crates and boxes in there to add to the realistic appearance of it. Then across the street from that is Sully's Tavern. We're looking at a side and rear view of it. There's a couple of vehicles there. One is from the Lionel Collectors Club, the other is a work truck from Woodland Scenics, and then behind it is the heavy hauler stake bed truck from Woodland Scenic Just Plug system. This accessory that I'm panning over to now is a barrel loading platform. When I received this, the light Lionel had mounted on it was not working. It took me quite a while to find the short. So in the meantime, I added a Just Plug gooseneck outdoor light to the side of it. So now I've got twice the illumination on it. When we look at the back of the Harrison hardware store, I did some work on this also to add lights to it and to use the light diffusing film on the windows to make it look like a realistic apartment building. And next to that is the back of the post office. That's nicely illuminated, and I've put an elf figure from the elf figure pack that Lionel offers to light that up a little bit more. I'm going to pan across again, give you a front view of the Ethel Service and Gas Station and the Hero Boy's house. The vehicle on the street, all the vehicles that are lit on the streets are Just Plug vehicles from Woodland Scenics. The church was a Plasticville kit by Bachman, and I did a lot of work with that in terms of painting it, but I also added stained glass windows. And then I put 2 of the LED stick-on lights from the Just Plug lighting system inside, and that makes that, I think, look pretty attractive. And if we go around the corner, we'll see it from the back. You can see I continued the stained glass windows all the way around the church. At this side of the layout, I've got a flag and a flagpole. I had a spotlight on that originally, and the spotlight didn't work very well, so I switched it to a floodlight. I think that works a lot better. And next to that is the boarding platform. The figures on the boarding platform are Lionel figure packs. This is the Polar Express boarding platform. Next along the line is the depot. And the depot building is again very nicely fitted out and very nicely lit. I've added some crates and boxes to it to make it look more realistic, but it is just really nicely lit as it arrived. Get another look at the depot, and you can see if you look at the inside, it really is nicely fitted out on the inside as well. The water tank that I built is actually a scratch-built structure. I added a couple of Woodland Scenic gooseneck outdoor lights on that to add a little bit of illumination. And next to that is the cooling tower, which is a Plasticville kit. And that I did put the Woodland Scenic stick-on light underneath that. Skeeter's Bait Shop here is actually an HO scale accessory. I got this as a gift and I just didn't really want to return it. I like it and I couldn't get it in O gauge, so I kept it in HO. Get a little closer here and you can see the illumination under the bridge from the nano light that I have there. And then looking at the North Pole scene, that's a Lionel yard light in the front, lighting up like it would be used to light up a rail yard. And all the figures, most of the figures are from the Lionel figure packs. I've got the North Pole that I got from the Woodland Scenics pack, and then back in the corner you can see the old Hobo Joe, kind of a loner by himself. I also have some rabbits and caribou from Lionel figure packs there as well. On the far side, the other side of the police car, I've got a billboard. I've actually got 3 billboards in this area, and each of those is lit by a Lionel gooseneck light. Now, that's not a lot of light, but back in the early 50s, which is the era I'm trying to model, the billboards were not very well lit. They're not like the big booming lighting extravaganzas we have now. They were lit pretty faintly. Atop the crossover bridge is an aviation warning light, which I think looks great. I'm really pleased with that, the way that works out, and it lights up quite nicely. One of the accessories that I just added recently is the conductor gateman. That Christmas tree is supposed to light up, but like so many of the Lionel accessories and rolling stock, it's really inconsistent, and for some reason it worked for a few days and then it just stopped lighting up. I'm not sure why that is, and I'm really reluctant to send it back to Lionel because I've had very poor success with Lionel when it comes to fixing anything that they have delivered that's been defective. Looking at the front of the Main Street businesses, get a look at the post office. There's a flag out in front of that that's nicely lit. The interior's nicely lit. And then the Harrison hardware store, again, it looks like when you're looking in the windows like you're looking into an old-time hardware store. Sully's Tavern next to that, again from the front, looks like an old-time tavern that you would have seen in perhaps like in the upper Midwest in the early 1950s. The best part of every video is running the trains, and that's what we're going to do right now. be sure to like this video by clicking the thumbs up down below. If you haven't done so already, subscribe and be notified of all my future videos as they come out, and share this video with anyone else that you know who may be into model railroading. Thanks for watching.